We're just gonna ignore the fact that I'm posting a video a day late and talk about books. Ha-cha-cha. Here's up, you guys, Steph, and we are here with the mid-year book freakout tag. Wah! Exciting times in the kingdom. Also ignore the fact that my hair is just wet. I just watched Books and Lala's video on the mid-year book freakout tag and seeing everyone else do it, and I thought, you know what, it's Sunday night. I'm already missing Monday upload because I have no time and I was very tired today, but we're doing this. So this is the tag where you just kind of freak out about books, which we do a lot on this channel anyway, but this year specifically for the books you've already read or very much anticipating in the future part of the year. And it's exciting because we're already halfway through 2019, which is both terrifying and very exciting, but mostly terrifying. Where is the year gone? What's happening? So there are 13 questions in this tag full of questions about the books you're freaking out about. And the first one is, I already forgot, let me look at my notes. It is the best book you've read so far in 2019. And for that, it's going to be also one of the most surprising books for me, but I also have a different response for that specific question. It is Seven Blades in Black by Sam Sykes. This one, almost 700-page monster. This book was so freaking good. First of all, when I ordered it, I was expecting it to be like around 400, 500 pages. Nope. Almost 7. What was I expecting when his other books are like thick boys? I don't know, but this came in the mail and I was like, what have I done? Took me about a week and a half to get through it, but my god, was it worth it. It was so incredibly worth it. This book was fantastic. You open up with our main character being held for execution. And then most of the book beyond that is flashbacks how they ended up in this situation, record scratch, and it is just so fun and well done, and there's like stabby, badass chick. Ooh, it's some quality stuff. If you have time for almost 700 pages, I would recommend this book. It is very fun, and I cannot wait for part 2 whenever it will come. Number 2 is the best sequel you've read so far in 2019, and I haven't really read any sequels. A lot of what I read this year is some rereads and standalone starts of series and just nothing really sequel-y. The only thing that really counts as a sequel is Creation by Krista Street, because it is a continuation of her Lost Children world, which is part of the Lost Children trilogy that she did. So I guess it counts as a sequel, and that's the only really continuation of a story that I have read so far this year, so I guess I'm going to say that one. It is a very interesting one. You have to know this series to really understand what's happening, otherwise it really doesn't make sense, and we don't have time to talk about that today, so if you want to check that out, I actually did a video review earlier in the year, so check that out. I'll leave it somewhere. You can find it. Number 3 is a new release that you haven't read yet but want to, and it is a book that I actually have pre-ordered, but it hasn't shipped yet, even though it came out the beginning of the month. I shouldn't have pre-ordered it at the same time I pre-ordered another book that comes out the day this video is going up, hopefully on Tuesday. But, Barnes & Noble's just holding my books until they're both out, so that's fine. Everything is fine. I pre-ordered Naturally Tan from Tan France of Queer Eye. I am very excited for this book. It is just a memoir, and I'm getting it late because I also pre-ordered the Try Guy's new book at the same time, both signed copies that I'm very, very hyped for. I'm very excited to read Naturally Tan. I've been very excited since I realized he was putting out a book. I just think it's going to be really interesting to learn more about him and just kind of his life in general. I think he has a really interesting story to tell, and I'm very excited to check it out. Number 4 is the most anticipated release for the second half of 2019, and for that it is the sequel to A Blade So Black by Ella McKinney. I believe it's called A Dream So Dark, and this is an Alice in Wonderland retelling. The ending of this book left me shook. I am extremely excited for the sequel. I loved this story. This book was actually given to me by Jake from Jake Does Books. Thank you so much again, Jake. This book is absolutely incredible. I love it so freaking much. And I am so hyped for the sequel. It's coming out September, I think. I'm very excited, guys. I'm really excited. I can't pour words. Number 5 is your biggest disappointment read, and for that is going to be Bi Normal by M.G. Higgins. This book made me sad inside. Biphobia, kind of homophobia. The main character learns nothing. He's a douchebag throughout the whole book and continues to be a douchebag. He learns nothing throughout the story. I hate it. It can burn. If I could burn library books, I would, but it's a library book, so this won't keep me warm during the cold, cold winter. Nope. Number 6 is the biggest surprise of 2019, and for that is going to be Superman Dawnbreaker by Matt De La Pena. Now, this is the first book I read by this author, and I didn't really go into it with much expectations. I got this from a book box, Joy Crate, yeah. Their Superman themed box back in March, and I didn't know what to expect because I've never been the biggest fan of Superman. I think he's kind of OP. I'm more of a Marvel girl myself, although there are some DC heroes I love with all my being, Aquaman and The Flash. Green Arrow too, I love my Arrow boys. And Green Lantern. I think Green Lantern deserves more love after what they did to his movie. But this book was actually really, really good. It got me, like, really hooked on the DC Icon series, which I've kind of been wanting to check out. But since this one is kind of in my hand and I own it, so I thought, might as well start it. And it inspired me to get Batman Nightwalker from the library, because they had a copy. And it's just such a good book. This one especially, it tackles not only, like, the story of becoming Superman, it also tackles, like, political issues that are really reflective of the here and now that we live in, and I really enjoyed that about this book. I liked that little political aspect of it. I think it's because I'm just in this space where I want to see, I just like politics, like political comedy from all these late night shows and things like that, political satire. I enjoy it, and to see, like, just more political commentary in this book, I really, really, really enjoyed it. And it was very surprising because I'm not, like I said, not that big of a Superman fan, but this book was incredible. Number 7 is favorite new author, and I think I'm going to have to go with the author of Enchanté, which is Guida Trudis. This book also came in a LitJoy box, and I believe this one was February? Viva la Magique. And this book is very cool. It takes place during the French Revolution. We have magic, tricking your way into Versailles, partying it up with the nobles, gambling. It was just a very good book. I very much enjoyed it, and I really liked how the author did it. I like the interpretation of the magic system. I liked how it was written. I would love to read more from this author. I don't know if there's any more books from this author, but I would love to check it out. I really should. I don't know why I haven't. Number 8 is a newest fictional crush, and I don't really have an answer for this because I read a lot of young adults, so I don't really have anyone that I really can say, yeah, I crush on them, and not have it be weird, because I also read some middle grade, and it's like, that would be weird if I was like, yeah, that 12-year-old's really cool. It's like a 10-year age difference, no thanks. So yeah, I don't really have an answer to this question. I haven't really found someone that I'm like, that is my book boyfriend, yo. I just don't have a response. For question number 9, however, newest favorite characters, I have Razzmatazz and Bon from The Life of Melody, which is a Kickstarter that I backed back in November of last year. I just got here in February. And this is a hate to love story where they have to raise a child together, and it's absolutely beautiful. It's incredibly beautiful, and I highly recommend this book. Just the character dynamic between Razzmatazz and Bon. We have this fairy and this beast. It's such a beautiful magic story, and you should read it because they'll become your favorite characters too. They're so expressive, and it's just fun, okay? Number 10 is a book that made you cry, and I don't think I have an answer to this question. I feel like there is a book this year that has made me cry, but I can't think of it, and I just don't know, because I've read some books that are based on true events. I've read middle grade and young adult. I don't know. I feel like there is one that made me cry, though, and I'm not sure. You know, it might have been Enchanté. That one may have made me cry. I think I did cry at one point in that book, but I am not 100%. So I'm not gonna answer. Next up is a book that made you happy, and I am going with the movie special of Spider-Man Into the Spider-Verse. This one is it's basically behind the scenes, just talking about the creation process, the casting process, just everything about Into the Spider-Verse. Not everything, but, you know, just like a nice bit about Into the Spider-Verse. And it is incredibly fun. I love it so freaking much. I want to get the one for Ant-Man and the Wasp, as well as Black Panther, and I think there's 2 other ones for, I think just Ant-Man and then another one, I'm not sure what it's for, but I would love to get those as well and add them to my little collection of these, because I love behind-the-scenes stuff. I am a total geek for behind-the-scenes and director's commentary and things like that. Like, that is my biggest level of nerd, that I love learning how these things are done. Number 12 is the most beautiful book that you've bought so far this year. And it's going to be another one from my bookish box, and that is Nocturnia by, where is the author? Maya Moto... I can't pronounce the last name, and I am very sorry. This one came in the last box I got, I believe it was last month's box. And it is just a beautiful... I love the way that it looks like tile work on the cover. And it's also one where I painted the edges gold, and I'm very happy with how it came out, because this was like a total whim. This book's getting gold paint, and it came out good, and that video might come out or it might not, because my video editor decided to destroy everything, so that was several hours down the drain. Fun. No, this cover is just absolutely beautiful, and then because I got the Lit Joy Crate edition, we have inside artwork that is absolutely stunning. It reminds me of Thomas Sanders' Friends on the Other Side, like Disney mashup, Disney Villains mashup. Like, it is some quality content. Absolutely beautiful. Number 13, as I put this dust jacket back on my book, is a book you need to read by the end of 2019, and for this one I'm going with a book I mentioned earlier, which is The Hidden Power of Effing Up by the Try Guys. I am very, very hyped for this book, written by Zach, Keith, Ned, and Eugene. I'm just very excited because they've teased things that are coming up in the book. They have talked a little bit about it in their podcast and their channel. I'm a big fan of the Try Guys, in case you can't tell. I should really be wearing my Try Guys shirt as I film this, because that would be a full circle, but I didn't think that far ahead. I'm so hyped for this book, and after I want to read Naturally Tan first, because it's been held for me for like 2 weeks and I want to get it read, and then I want to jump right into the Try Guys book, although my attention span may just go, Try Guys, colorful! I am very, very hyped for that book, so that, and it should be coming, should hopefully be shipping the day I'm talking to you guys about it, so hopefully, like pretty soon after this video comes out, I'll have it in my hot little hands, and I'll be crying and reading it, and then I'll have an answer for what number was the book that made you cry. I'll have an answer for number 10, and it'll be the Try Guys. And there you guys go, that is my mid-year book freakout tag. I hope you enjoyed it, and me talking about books and stuff, and once again, I'm sorry the video was late. It's been stressful, my dudes. It's been very stressful, and I guess it's the part where you tag people, but this is just kind of something everyone kind of does, because we're halfway through the year. We want to talk about what we've read. We've got a lot of stuff done. I've read almost 30 books so far this year. I believe I'm at 27 or 28 books read so far this year, and I'm very excited. Last month I read 10 books. The month before that it was not very good. It was only 2 books, but so far this month I am 4 books in on my 5th, and I am very hyped about that. I'm currently reading The Summer Prince, I believe, which takes place in futuristic Brazil, and it's pretty interesting so far. There's actually no chapters. There's just like, here's parts, and then there's like that, you know, like the bigger space where you can tell like, oh, this is like a different, we're moving ahead in the story. It's like that, and it's split into, there's like sections, like part 1, part 2, part 3, kind of like that, but no chapters in between, so it's very interesting, and I'm kind of enjoying it so far. It's really interesting, futuristic Brazil. It's fun. It's fun. I don't know where I'm going with this. Library book, and it's due on the 20th, so I need to get my butt through it. If you guys want to do this tag, and you haven't been tagged, and you feel like being tagged, consider yourself tagged, my dudes and dudettes, and anyone in between. That's all I've got for you guys today. If you want to see my other videos, leave them for you over there. If you want to subscribe, my face will be right here, as well as the button down below. Hit the bell icon to be notified when I post new videos on Mondays and Fridays. That's all I've got for you guys today. I hope you have a lovely day / night, and I'll see you later. Bye.